Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. So today we are going to be doing a spirit animal reading. So we are going to take a look at which animal or animals are around you at this time and what they want to bring to your attention, as well as any advice that these animals have for you at this time and anything else that wants to come through. So we're going to have 3 piles. In addition to that, we also have a giveaway going, and the giveaway is going to be for this very beautiful moth necklace. It's an iolite moth necklace, and it has like purple sheen, which you can kind of see here. And this is the piece of iolite, and it is copper electroformed as far as the necklace goes. I'm going to take it out of here just so you can see what it looks like. So I will talk about how to enter for the giveaway. It is going to be open to US residents only. And look at how pretty the chain on this one is. All right, so let's talk about how to enter the giveaway and more about the necklace. So the iolite is said to be very helpful when it comes to finding balance, and also when it comes to kind of meeting certain goals and finding your motivation. So we're going to put that right there. In order to enter, you must be in the US, or you must have a US address that I can send it to, because it will ship USPS priority mail. And all you have to do to enter is write spirit animal, and you can either share your spirit animal or you can share your favorite animal, but make sure that you have spirit animal in the comment, just because I use the automatic, it's like this automatic thing that YouTube has where it will just pick a comment as long as it has the spirit guide phrase in there. It's going to pick a random comment, and that's going to be my winner. If you don't win this beautiful necklace, there are more in my store, violetintegration.com. There is many jewelry. There's this very beautiful cat necklace that I absolutely love. I have one more of those left, and I also have other ones, including a snake one that I absolutely love. There is 11% off of all purchases with a free gift for every single purchase up until Monday the 29th at 11:59 p.m. with the code BLACK, and it's a Black Friday sale. But there will also be a lot of other giveaways coming up. So every single video up until, Halloween, up until Christmas is going to have a giveaway included. But this one is going to be this beautiful moth necklace, and I absolutely love it. And it's going to help you move through the physical and the spiritual, and also bring balance into your life. So that is how you enter. But let's talk about the reading. So pile number 1 is going to be the rose quartz spider. Pile number 2 is going to be the pink amethyst cat. And pile number 3 is the agate owl. Take a few minutes to ground center yourself. Ask your higher self, angels, guides, whoever it is that you want to work with, which pile or piles have a message for you. And let's jump right into the reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the rose quartz spider. So we are going to take a look at which animals are here for you. So I picked different cards. I picked 5 different cards for the animals, and then we have what this animal is trying to bring to your attention, as well as messages that want to come in. And the reason I picked 5 animals is because different people, different animals. I didn't want to just pick one animal and have that be the animal for everyone. But we're going to get messages from each of these animals, and you can pick intuitively which one or which ones are calling to you. As a reminder, it is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. So we have Badger with perseverance, with dig in and see it through to completion. Very interesting. Don't forget to enter for the giveaway, pile number 1, because so far that kind of goes with the iolite necklace there. Then we have Owl with omens. Pay attention to the signs. Ladybug, with this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. Condor, with you're too enmeshed in the situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. And then we have Hawaiian Owl, with your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to the signs and omens from them. We're going to move these up. So as a reminder, don't forget to enter the information for the giveaway, and how to enter is going to be in the intro. So let's talk about this. What's interesting about my pile number ones is we kind of have similar messages here. We have two owls coming up. So for many of you, the owl is a spirit animal that is ready to work with you. It'll be interesting to see if you were drawn to pile number 3, since that had the actual owl on it. But there's definitely this sense of you needing to take a step back and working with the third eye, right? Because we have the condor here, and the condor is saying you're too enmeshed. And this is about, again, having to take a step back from something and seeing it for what it is. Sometimes, when we are in the thick of it, we can't really see things for what they are. It's very hard to see something clearly. So to have the owl and the condor show up, it speaks to the ability to step back, because any of the animals that fly, right? Any animals with wings, they have the ability to gain a different perspective by simply changing their viewpoint, right? Changing their vantage, changing where they're coming, where they're looking at the situation from, because they can fly away, they can lift up, they can kind of come back to it. So there is this sense of needing to take a step back. For many of you, things are not as bad as it seems, because we have the condor and we have the ladybug. And for many of you, this is kind of saying the situation that you're in, whatever that is, because it's going to be different things for different people. Whatever the situation is, it's not as bad as you probably think it is. In fact, there's just a need to take a little bit of a step back, and for some of you to keep going. If you've been thinking about giving up on something, there's a message here of persevere, keep going, pay attention to the signs. We do have the owl, and the owl is very much connected to the divine feminine and also to intuition and wisdom. What do you know? Some of you are trying to rely on what you see, what's tangible at this time. And your spirit animal is coming in and saying, it's not about what you can tangibly see and touch. It's about what you know and trusting your intuition. There's a lot of abundance and good fortune here. I don't think this is quite visible yet to where you're at. For example, if you've been working on a business or a career or some sort of project, the results are not showing up just yet. But there's a need to keep going, or at least an encouragement that if this is something that matters to you, if this is something that means something to you, keep going, keep pushing forward, and pay attention to what's coming through, because there is information coming through. For some of you, in addition to these animals, I'm also seeing the crow coming in as a spirit animal. You could be seeing or hearing a crow. And this is about you connecting to your magic. For some of you, you're working on breaking ancestral patterns. And in order to do that, you're doing that by connecting to your intuition and not necessarily having to rely on just the 5 senses, right? There's the 6th sense that you're trying to bring in here. And what's interesting is with this message on the Condor card, there is this suggestion here for some of you that in order to move forward, before digging in and seeing it through completion, some of you need to make sure that that is actually what you want and what you are here to, what you're here to accomplish is whatever it is that you've been working on. Because for some of you, there may be a need to slightly alter the course where you're headed in. For others of you, it's more about taking a step back and realizing that there's a lot happening that you're not yet seeing. Someone here may have a ladybug as a tattoo. I'm actually seeing it on the arm, like a very small ladybug. Some of you have been finding ladybugs inside your home or like right outside your home. Out of these animals, I feel for most of you, the owl is going to come in very strongly, as well as the ladybug. And like I said, for some reason, I'm getting the crow. Others of you, if you are not resonating with any of these animals, because many different people are going to watch this. So for some of you, you may resonate with the message, but not the actual animal. It feels like it's like a winged animal, an animal that can fly. And what you are working on right now is gaining a different perspective and seeing things from a different light, and also working with your intuition. Let's take a look at what this animal wants to bring to your attention at this time. 7 of shells. Very interesting, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And 3 of shells. Okay. So for many of you, this is definitely a project, a career, a job, something along those lines. We have the 7 of shells and the 3 of shells. Shells in this deck is cups. Another thing is this guy, I believe, is that it's an otter, right? It kind of looks like the badger there. But anyways, what your spirit animal is trying to bring in at this time is for you to realize that there are options. There's a need for you to also work in community, work with others, be open to exploring, be open to trying new things. For some of you, there's a need to kind of observe the emotions, work with the emotions as they come up. But I'm definitely getting that you have options, that you have choices, that there's so much available to you. There's a sense of abundance, but I don't necessarily think, my pile number ones, you can see the abundance that you're living. You can see the abundance that's available to you. For some of you, be open to a collaboration, be open to asking for help, be open to taking a class. There's something about you working with someone else, with you kind of coming into contact with someone else. Yeah, for someone here, there's a helper that's trying to come in. Your spirit animal is trying to bring in somebody that's going to help you. And they're going to help you realize that there is an option that you haven't either gone through, or you haven't explored, I should say, or there's some sort of course correction. But it feels like if you're course correcting, it's a very small correction where you're kind of just like slightly altering something in order to move forward. But your spirit animal really wants to bring to your attention that things are not what they seem. That right now, I keep being brought back to this Condor card of being too enmeshed in the situation and not being able to see the bigger picture. Some of you with the water here, you're drowning, but you're drowning in a glass of water. If you were to get up, you would be able to see clearly. It's almost like that I believe it's a meme or some sort of, like, I've seen this video with many different times where there's like a child and they're in the water and they're crying. It looks like they're drowning, and in comes an adult and she kind of just straightens him up, and he's standing. And the water was just up to his waist the whole time, and he was drowning in it. It's that sense of, because you're so close and so involved, it feels bigger than what it is. Let's take a look at the advice. The Chariot as advice. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Absolutely. The 7 of Pentacles kind of just reinforces some of the messages that we've been getting here. 7 of Pentacles is a card of hard work, right? This guy, he's been working, he planted his seeds, he's trying to grow them. It almost looks like he's sending energy. He's putting his time and effort into this, and he's trying to grow it. From his viewpoint, it's not growing much, right? There's only this tiny little little tree there starting to grow, this tiny little plant starting to grow. But if you look underneath the surface, you see the foundation. That's a very strong foundation. It's exactly what I was saying, where it feels like for some reason you're so close in this that you cannot see where you truly are. That you cannot see the good fortune and abundance that is coming from this thing. So there's a little bit of impatience. Some of you may be ready to walk away, give up. Some of you are extremely frustrated. Some of you may be trying to spread yourself too thin by pouring yourself into different projects, into different things. So for example, if you have a business, you can't grow the business, or you can't grow the relationship, you can't grow the career if you're also putting just as much energy and effort into 6 other things, 5 other things, 3 other things, 2 other things. So there's a need to prioritize here. There's also a need to be more patient and to know and trust that your hard work will be paid off. But again, it feels like there is a third party here for some of you that's going to be helpful, whether that's you taking a class, whether it's you working with your spirit animal or with spirits as a whole. But there's some sort of, with that 3 of shells there, it feels like somebody's coming in, or your spirit animal is trying to bring somebody in. It could be your spirit animal itself trying to come in and help you gain a different perspective. The Chariot here is saying, the advice here is for you to become very clear of where it is that you are headed. Again, for some of you, you've been spreading yourself too thin. And because of that, it makes it hard for you to be able to focus your energy on what it is that you want to grow. So there's a need to kind of decide, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? Which way am I going? And you need to take the reins of your own chariot, meaning you're going to be the driver. You are going to say, I am going to pour myself into this business, into this relationship, into this career, and then dedicate yourself to it and put actual effort and consistent effort. Because for some of you, what's missing is consistency. Like, even let's say that you're trying to manifest a romantic relationship. Are you consistent, or are you sending mixed messages? Because the 7 of shells can be mixed messages. So the advice here is get very clear about what it is that you want and realize that you are further along than what you realize. And this is not a time to be in the mindset of woe is me. Things are happening to me. I have no control. Life just doesn't want to, life is not helping me. Everything is against me. Or it's not a time to be so focused on what is happening that you cannot see the bigger picture. Let's see what other messages we have here. Master Jesus with forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. I do believe some of you are healing the divine masculine within. Everyone has a divine feminine, divine masculine. For some of you, this is about learning how to forgive yourself for what you think you've done. I feel like this is for self in this pile. But for some of you, you're definitely healing the divine masculine. It could be father healing, but I feel divine masculine, which is the way that you go about work. Because some of you either overdo it or you kind of just shy away from it completely. Consistency. It keeps coming in. That's the word that keeps coming in for this pile, consistency. Lord Ganesh with infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Very interesting. Because the 3 of shells there, I keep getting the sense of somebody else coming in. Somebody coming in to assist, some sort of third party coming in. And now we have the infinite abundance saying spiritual support. And I did say for some of you, it could even be your spirit animal that's coming in as the support. For others of you, it could be, people in your everyday life coming in to support. But overall, there's this energy of things are going to start to move. But you need to get clear and you need to be the driver. You need to decide which way you're going to go and also be patient with the process because a lot more is happening that you can't see just yet. Some of you are used to things kind of manifesting a lot faster than this situation is. The divine director with intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Very interesting. So for some of you, the Three of Shells could very well be spirit, your spirit guides, your spirit animal kind of coming in, because we do have that sense of purpose with the Chariot as well. And following the guidance, right? We did have the Owl with omens, and that's all about receiving guidance and being able to follow it, noticing the omens, looking around you and being open to those messages coming in. Some of you, your crown chakra is very active at this time. I keep getting like flying, like your spirit animal is an animal that flies for most of you. And I also keep getting the higher chakras, so the third eye and crown chakra. Some of you, your soul star chakra is being activated at this time as well. And just make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, that there's joy and happiness to it. Because that's part of your purpose. That's part of everyone's purpose. Wanderer, the spirit needs movement. Yeah. We kind of keep getting that energy here of the spirit needing movement, right? Action, Chariot. Things starting to move. Perseverance, not giving up. Good fortune, abundance coming in. Some of you are kind of going stir crazy because you're not used to being in this energy of not exactly knowing. And some of you have been in the Seven of Pentacles energy for a while where you've been trying to grow something. And it's growing, but it's growing slowly. And you're comparing your growth to other people. And you're not liking that. It seems like other people have it easier. But you're not seeing their process. You're also not seeing just how strong your foundation is for whatever it is that you're working towards. Like if this is a career, if this is a business, a creative project, your foundation is strong. If this is about you bringing in a relationship, your foundation and who you are and what you're trying to manifest is strong. That takes time. Let's see what else we have here. Vision quest with seek. Yeah, some of you have been seeking some answers. For some of you, doing a shamanic journey or guided meditation where you're kind of just be open. Invite your spirit animal and see who shows up. I think for many of you, it's going to be the owl. Some of you, it's going to be the crow. For others of you, it's going to be other animals. I think there's a few of you that your animal is not showing up here because they don't want to be seen. Some of you could have the fox as a spirit animal as well. Staff, foundations. I don't see these cards before you do, I promise. But look at that, foundations. What did I say with the Seven of Pentacles? You are putting in the work for the foundations. Your foundation is going to be so strong, it's going to be hard for anything to come and shake it up. Don't look at what other people are doing. Worry about yourself. Seek the answers within yourself. Connect within. Don't look outside of yourself for answers at this time. You can ask for advice, but it's ultimately up to you. It's ultimately up to you to drive your chariot, to take the reins of your life and move forward in whatever direction you want to. Now, one thing that I just noticed is you picked the spider, and the spider is all about creativity. For some of you, this is about a creative project, a career, a job, some sort of business, some sort of content. Let's take a look at the blessing that your animal is sending your way. A blessing on your wisdom. Yeah, for many of you, it's the owl. Could be the wolf as well. Look! Pile number 1. I promise I did not see this before you did. I believe, is that a raven or a crow? Oh, shoot. I was going to say the S-H-I-T. We also have another owl there. Yeah, there's a blessing on your wisdom. You're growing wiser. You're going to approach work in a different way. Very beautiful reading. For some of you, definitely try to connect to the owl, the crow. That could be a raven. I always forget how to really tell them apart. They look very similar. I know it's in the beak. One of them has a thicker beak. I believe the raven has the thicker beak. Anyways, crow, owl, keep moving forward. There's a lot more movement coming in. Be patient with yourself with the process. You are growing a strong foundation. And don't forget, ultimately, you are in control. You get to drive your chariot. You get to decide which way you are going and who you are becoming and what you are willing to do. Don't be afraid to explore, but also don't be afraid to commit to something. And don't walk away from something because you are not seeing the results. If it still makes you happy, if you still want to make it happen, don't just walk away because it's not happening fast enough. And don't compare yourself to other people. Pile number 1, that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Please don't also forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like the reading. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the pink amethyst cat. So we're going to place that cat right there. Maybe right there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So I picked 5 cards, 5 different animal cards. And we're going to talk about your possible spirit animals. At this time, we're going to get information as far as what they're bringing to your attention or what it's bringing to your attention. Any advice, anything else that wants to come through. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for that very beautiful iolite moth necklace. Information is in the intro, but let's get started. So we have dolphin with playfulness. Take time to play. Beautiful energy so far. Pelican with forgiveness. Let go of your judgments. Mouse with you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. For some of you so far, this is about you being able to be present in the present moment. Some of you struggle. You're either tripping in the past or you are kind of future surfing, where you're either in the past or you're kind of going to the future, but you're not in the present moment. And the present moment is where all the magic happens. Zebra with let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. Yep. Some of you are struggling. Again, you're either struggling with the past or with the future. Oh, we have the domestic cat. Very interesting. I don't look at these. I put the crystals intuitively there, so very interesting to see the cat. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others. All right, so pile number 2. Very interesting that we have the cat and mouse. For some of you, intuitively kind of take the message of which of these animals call to you. It could be that your animal is not here in per se, but there's a message for you. But the cat is standing out to me strongly. The pelican and the dolphin are standing out to me very strongly. Let's talk about this, because for my pile number 2s, there's a need to, I don't want to say there's a need. There is an invitation for you to kind of relax a little bit, for you to kind of let go. For some of my pile number 2s, you may struggle with control, with trying to be in control, whatever it is that means, because ultimately we have no control over this crazy world that we live in, right? We can control our reaction, but we can't really control what really happens or what other people do. And for my pile number 2s, life can feel very heavy at times. And you are someone that you take on a lot. For some of you, you're clairsentient. You could be an empath. You could be very sensitive. You could be a highly sensitive person. And life starts to feel heavy. And like I was saying at the beginning, some of you, it feels like you kind of focus on the past or you focus on the future. What do I mean by that? Some of you are focused on something that has already come to pass. Perhaps somebody walked away, a relationship didn't work out, a career didn't work out. Perhaps it's the childhood, right? But there's some sort of focus on something either from the past or the future. And in the future, it could be, what's going to happen? How am I going to get to where I want to be? Now, both can be very helpful, right? There's a lot that we can learn from the past, and there's a lot that we need to aim for in the future. But the real magic happens in the present moment because it's the only thing we have. The past is gone, the future is yet to happen. So in order to have the future that we want, we need to be able to take action in the present moment. For some of you, there's a need to lighten the load. There's a need to play more. There's a need to balance more. For some of you, this forgiveness is about forgiving someone. It could even be about forgiving yourself. And I get that for my pile number 2s. For some of you, there's almost a need to realize that everybody is on their own journey. Everybody's on their own path. The way you see the world, the way you experience the world is not going to be the same as me or as anyone else. And that's okay. It's about giving respect and space for people to experience the world in the way that they want to, and in the way that they need to in order to get the experience that they're here to get on a spiritual level, right? Because we're all experiencing different things. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to accept everyone into your life. You can definitely put boundaries up and say, I can't agree with this. I can't look past this, so I'm going to kind of walk away from this. But it also means that you free yourself from judgments. You free yourself from letting people's actions get to you. And you free yourself from the burden of having to worry about how other people are doing things. The color blue is standing out to me as well as green. So for many of you, this is very heart chakra, throat chakra centered. Where both of these chakras at this time will probably need a little bit of care, especially the heart kind of reconnecting, being in the present moment. Now, with the zebra here, there are some fears. And I feel like the worry, right? The anxiety, the fear is what keeps my pile number 2s kind of operating from a place of survival mode. Because for many of my pile number 2s, it feels like you're coming from a place of survival, where you're kind of worried about when the other shoe is going to drop. And this is why your spirit animal is coming in, and your spirit animal is saying, how can we be more playful? How can we be more independent and do whatever it is that we want? The cat is also about playfulness and independence. And how can we be more present? Because I keep getting that this mouse is here saying that what you're overlooking is the present moment because you're so concerned with the past or the future or both. And for some of you, it's also about understanding that the things that happen in the past don't necessarily have to repeat themselves, that you are safe. For some of you, there was some sort of trauma that happened. It could have been in childhood. And again, it almost feels like you've been surviving, but it's not allowing you to thrive. It's not allowing you to feel safe, to feel like you can be fully present in the present moment. Overall, for this pile, a need for more play, a need for more lightheartedness. Let's take a look at what your animal is bringing to your attention at this time. The Hanged Man. A lot of green again. And the 3 of Torches. All right, so pile number 2. Let's talk about Hanged Man first. Kind of talks about what we've been talking about here. Needing to take a pause, needing to take a break, needing to bring in more playtime, needing to be more present in the present moment. For some of you, there's a need to experience life in a different way. And when we get to the Hanged Man in tarot, the Hanged Man places himself or herself in that position. It's not about, something happened and they just kind of got caught in that position. They put themselves there because they wanted to gain a different perspective. They wanted to live life in a different way. They wanted enlightenment. And this is what's coming in. For many of you, this is about you expecting the best. This is about you stepping out of your comfort zone and knowing that you can expect more than what you've had so far. That you can break free from the energy of what has been and move into what could be, but you need to move into what could be today. This means that, when you're thinking about doing something, sometimes when we think of the future, we're going to find a relationship. And when we find that relationship, we're going to travel. Or we're going to get that job in order to be happy. How can your happiness be based in today while at the same time still being able to have goals for the future? That is what my pile number 2s, you're being encouraged to think about, to consider. For some of you, this is about what you expect to happen and how you can bring those expectations, and instead of being in a place of waiting or in a place of working hard where you cannot enjoy where you are at, again, how can you be more present? And how can you enjoy the process, the journey? Because ultimately it's about the journey, not the destination. Let's take a look at the advice that's here for you. 3 of Swords. I'm so sorry. Pile number 2, that's such hard energy. 6 of Cups. Yep. Okay. 3 of Swords. Many of you have not dealt with something, and it was perhaps feelings of betrayal, heartache, many different things. But because you haven't dealt with this, and I think that this is why some of you, it really feels like you're kind of living life in a place of, coming from a place of survival, where you're just kind of doing enough to get by. Some of you are exhausted. I feel a lot of pain in my neck, in my shoulders, in my upper back, lower back. It feels like I am just exhausted and burnt out. Some of you, that's the energy that you're carrying in, because you're holding yourself so tense. You are doing what you need to do to get by just another day, while at the same time focusing on what was, because this is still, whatever this 3 of Swords represents, it's still in your energy field. And we have the 6 of Cups, which is about nostalgia. And what we see in the 6 of Cups is, this is this boy and his dog, and they've grown up. But we're still seeing that connection there. For some of you, there's a need to let go of the past. And that's where forgiveness comes into play. That's where judgment comes into play. And for some of you, it's going to be forgiving yourself for what you think you allow to happen and letting go of judgments about yourself. It could be about other people as well, but for some of you, it's going to be about the self. There's a need to be more present, more mindful, practicing daily grounding, centering, daily meditation, practicing some sort of mindfulness. For some of you, even when you're eating, I'm kind of getting this message of, even when you're eating, you're not really present in the present moment. Even when you're spending time with others, you're not really there because you are in survival mode. And the advice here is, how can you deal with whatever is happening? How can you allow yourself to mend the heart? And in order to mend the heart, you're going to have to feel it. The only way out is through for my pile number 2s. And for some of you, there may be a need to get professional help, whether it's therapy or some sort of counseling, because this is very heavy energy to deal with. For some of you, you may want to do it on your own, but overall, this is about you clearing something from the past and not allowing it to have as much weight as it does. And it's not easy to do. It's not going to happen overnight, but there does have to be, if you want that to be the case for yourself, if you want to move away from it, you need to make the decision. And for some of you, this Hanged Man is the pause that you need to take to even connect and realize what this is. And for others of you, is you gaining enlightenment by being able to see this from a different perspective, by being able to live from a different place. Where how can you incorporate more playtime? How can you be more present? For some of you, working on connecting to your body because there's a disconnect with the body. And for some of you, I'm going to be honest, there's a need for you to walk away, kind of do your own thing. Now, that does not mean you're going to walk away forever, but kind of going out and striking out on your own from time to time. And with this cat here, how can you explore on your own? I almost get this sense, and I got this example when I started this reading, that for some of you, you kind of put things off. maybe when I get in that relationship, I'm going to go on that vacation. When I get the job, I'm going to buy myself this thing. When I get the business, I'm going to treat myself. How can you do some of that today? Because there's almost a sense of the things that you want are just out of reach. And that's why there's kind of this energy of it's either in the past or in the future, but it's never here in the present moment. Let's see what else we have. Master Boot. Yeah, some of you definitely working with Eastern philosophy, Eastern religions, mindfulness, Buddhism, anything around Eastern philosophy would be helpful. Increased awareness with deep connection, trust your inner voice. Again, mindfulness as well, meditation. Some of you with chanting would be very helpful. Some of you, it's definitely the cat or the dolphin. Pelican as well standing out. Raga with soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. For some of you, if you know what soul retrieval is, I highly suggest it, or doing some sort of meditation where you invite all parts of yourself back to you. If you're not familiar with soul retrieval, you can look it up. There are also, if you can find a trustworthy shaman, they may be able to help you as well. But this is definitely about you rediscovering a part of yourself that you are disconnected from. And for many of you, this is because of trauma. Some sort of trauma happened here. Some of you, it was definitely in childhood as well. And then we have Mercury with open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Some of you, it's time to speak up. Tell people how you feel. Get something off your chest, especially if there was something in your childhood that happened that you really want to talk about, perhaps with a parent or a sibling. For some of you, the weight off your chest, I'm getting journaling would be very helpful as well. Let's see what else we have. Alchemist with improve your outlook. Yeah, absolutely. This animal wants to come in. For some of you, it could be the hare that you have as a spirit animal. But this animal is coming in and saying, how can we clear away the past in order to have a better future? Because the Three of Torches is all about expecting the best and knowing that what you expect is going to come in. Knowing that your ship is going to come in even when you can't see it. We see that baby fox in there. That baby fox was waiting for mom or dad. I believe that would be mom. And there was no doubt that mom was coming. And look, here comes mom. How can you expect the best and know that you deserve it and that it's going to be yours no matter what? How can you improve your outlook? You need to clear away that Three of Swords. Because that Three of Swords is in your energy field. And for some of you, you're ignoring it. You're not dealing with it. Offerings with wealth. Some of you doing an offering to the ancestors or to your spirit guides, to your deity. The apple is standing out to me. I feel for this pile, working with rituals would be very helpful. And again, food came up earlier where I said, even when you're eating, it doesn't feel like you're mindfully there, like you're present, like you're fully there. How can you be more present even when you're making your meals or eating your meals? Kind of really experiencing, right? Taking a bite and really tasting your food. Buried in earth, transference. Yeah. For some of you, this is about you. Some of you would benefit from doing some sort of soul retrieval, some sort of journey. Ancestral work coming in as well for this pile. Yeah, ancestral work coming in very, very strongly for this pile. Grounding yourself as well, right? Because it's buried. Buried in the earth is all about grounding. And this is also about you not ignoring certain problems, seeing things for what they are. Hanged Man, right? Taking the time to deal with it. Three of Swords, taking the time to deal with it. I really keep getting a daily grounding and digging in, kind of digging deep within, working with the shadow self for this pile, because you also have the Alchemist here. Let's take a look at the blessing that your animal is sending your way. A blessing for good work. For some of you, there's definitely more balance coming in. Some of you bury yourself in work, and you do so in order to keep yourself busy, to escape from your reality. And this blessing for good work is about, one, you bringing in something, you doing something that you actually enjoy, and two, you having more balance and not overworking yourself. Some of you are bringing the color back into your life. For some of you, the hummingbird could be one of your spirit animals. But the dolphin, pelican, and cat stood out to me the most. Could be the fox as well. Could be the butterfly, could be the hummingbird, and it could be the hare. All right, pile number 2, that is all I have for you. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for the necklace. There will be other giveaways as in the other videos that are coming up soon. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next on the channel. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Agate Owl. I'm going to try to stand. Oh, that worked. All right, so reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. We're going to take a look at 5 animals. Then we're going to take a look at what this animal wants to bring to your attention, advice from the animal, and anything else that wants to come in. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for the necklace. So first we have Lion with courage and ask for what you want. Then we have the Frog with purification, with clear out the clutter. And basically I picked 5 animals, so use your intuition as to which one is here for you. I wanted to pick more than just 1 or 2 because there are many people watching. Then we have with Octopus with practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. If you have not looked into spiritual shape-shifting, I highly suggest it. I made a post over on Patreon because it's very helpful, and again, highly suggest it. Kiwi with do a walking meditation each day for the next week. And Unicorn, I love the unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic creation. All right, pile number 3, you have some very majestic animals here. First thing that I want to say is lots of blue. So for some of you, this is definitely about you expressing yourself, your creativity. And for many of my pile number 3s, you may be creatives, you may be some sort of artist, you may be some sort of creator, could be content creator, something that you are creating and putting out there into the world. Now, the animals that are standing out to me the most are the lion, unicorn, and frog. The frog is a very good animal when it comes to cleansing and purifying. So the first message coming in for my pile number 3s is throat chakra. Because we have ask for what you want, then we have a lot of blues here that are standing out to me. When I look down, all I'm seeing is blue. So this to me speaks of you expressing yourself. And for many of you, when you express yourself, it's about expressing yourself creatively. Expressing, kind of channeling your creativity and channeling your emotions and doing something creative with it. For some of you, you may be going through a creative block at this time, and it has to do with you clearing out your energy field. Some of you are very sensitive, where you pick up energy from other people and environments, and there's a need to clear out your aura. With the octopus here and shape-shifting, This is also about you kind of being in the flow of things, being able to flow with things and adapt. Because the octopus is quite good at adapting. For my pile number 3s, this is also about you kind of exercising more, moving your body. Obviously, check in with your primary care physician. I am not a doctor, but I am getting this energy of needing to move, needing to keep the energy moving. Not only not only in your aura, but your physical energy as well, your physical body moving. Because it looks like every single one of these guys is actually doing some sort of action, even the frog there. I mean, the lion always looks like it's about to run off, right? So for my pile number 3s, the main messages that I am getting here is expressing yourself, grounding your energy, keeping the energy moving, and clearing out. For some of you, there is a need to clear out the clutter, the physical clutter, but I'm getting mostly this is about the spiritual debris, what you carry in your auric field and what you carry around, energetically. And kind of doing a purifying, whether it's a cleansing bath. Because it's the frog and the octopus, I definitely would encourage you to work with the element of water. But you can also do an egg cleanse if you're familiar with that. You can use Florida water. You can use some sort of smudging tool where it could be Palo Santo, it could be sage, it could be cedar, it could be any sort of smudging where you can kind of just light it up, smudge it. Or if you want to use the spray, you can use essential oil and make your own cleansing, clearing spray. So use that if you feel called to. But for my pile number 3s, this is also about you getting in touch with your voice and putting out what it is that you want. Whether that is putting it out to other people, and I think for some of you that is going to apply, but also asking the universe. Don't limit yourself. Some of my pile number 3s, life feels very heavy and life feels very real. Some of you have lost touch with your creative and your magical side, with your side that you can believe that anything is possible. And this is why it would help to ground your energy, but also to clear out your energy, especially your aura. Let's see what your spirit animal is trying to bring to your attention at this time. 10 of feathers. And 2 of rocks. Yeah, for some of you, things feel very heavy. You're trying to find balance. And some of you are struggling to find balance between the spiritual and the material, between work and play. Some of you have a lot of responsibilities that you are dealing with. With the lion, encourage and ask for what you want. For some of you, this is about you delegating, you asking for help. Someone here may have a boss that's putting too much pressure on you, and you're doing more work than anyone else in your office, in your department, in your place of employment. Make sure that you speak up for yourself. Some of you are carrying other people, whether it's in your work. Again, I'm kind of getting that energy of somebody's boss may be putting on a lot on you. It could be in your family where you're the only one that maybe you're a parent and you're the only one that's cooking, cleaning, taking care of the household. Nobody's helping. Maybe it's not even about you being a parent, but it feels like you're carrying other people. It could be your parents. It could be your siblings. It could be your partner. It could be the people at work. It could be people that you are friends with. But there's this energy of you are taking on way more than what you need to. Some of you are really, 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 really in this very heavy energy at this time. I mean, in the 10 of feathers, look at that poor owl. It looks like a mama owl, and it looks like there's just one egg left. Look at this. We see the feathers there, which kind of represent, it kind of leads you to believe that maybe she lost some of her babies. And there's only one left. There's this sense of losing something. There's a sense of sadness to this. And this is why the purification is coming in as well. For some of you, it's definitely the frog and the unicorn that want to connect. The unicorn was said to have a very healing horn. Some of you, I'm also seeing a phoenix coming in, where this is time for you to be like the phoenix and grow from your ashes. Because there's this sense of losing something. There's this sense of you being down in the dumps. Some of you are not even aware of this 10 of feathers energy that you're currently in, of how much burden you're carrying, how much sadness, grief you're carrying, because you're so busy taking care of other people and their needs. You're so busy keeping up with everything for other people. And it does feel for my pile number 3s that you're doing things for others. You're handling your responsibilities, but you're also handling responsibilities for others. Let's take a look at the advice here. The Fool. Knight of Wands, yeah. My pile number 3s, some of you do have the owl as a spirit animal as well. I just noticed that there's an owl there and you were drawn to the owl. But for my pile number 3s, your spirit animal wants you to kind of have a new beginning here. It wants you to connect, to find your inspiration, to find lightheartedness, to find laughter, to find fun again. To find something that you are passionate about, something that lights you up, to go out and have a good time. Because again, everything feels so heavy. It almost feels like you're going through the motions and life has become a chore. And for some of you, you just need to ask for what you want. You need to be able to speak your truth. Delegate. It's okay to say no. For my pile number 3s, no is a full, complete sentence. If somebody's asking you to take on more than what you can, even if it's at work, you have the right to say, right now I have so much on my plate. I can't meet this deadline if I take this on. I can't do this for you. I need to take care of myself. Some of you may be babysitting, or it could be your own children, but there's this energy of you're doing it alone. And for some of you, it feels like whatever this is not even yours. Like, for example, it could be a niece or nephew that you're helping out with, and it's a great thing that you are helping out. But it's not your sole responsibility. It's not your job to do. It's not for you to feel so overwhelmed by helping someone else or by doing something. Delegate. Absolutely. And finding a way to do something for you, to treat yourself, to do some self-care for yourself. Pile number 3. Also stepping out of your comfort zone and having the courage to go out and try something new. For some of you, yoga, Pilates, some sort of cardio would be very helpful. Some sort of movement. For some of you, dance as well. Some of you could be dancers or could enjoy dancing, but you haven't in a while. See what else we have. Charity with prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Yeah. Some of you just need to kind of put. Some of you need to put some things into words and talk to someone or to some people. And this is also about bringing in more balance. Making sure that you are giving and receiving. You can't be the only one giving. Some of you are starting to give from an empty cup and it's not helping anyone. And this could lead to resentment if you don't deal with it. Goddess Isis with magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. My pile number 3s, you're very good at manifesting, but your aura right now is so overwhelmed. It's very hard to manifest from that 10 of feathers energy. That's why your spirit animal wants to put you back into this full Knight of Wands energy. Into a more fun. Some of you need to laugh more. Perhaps doing like a laughing meditation. Diana with focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Some of you are very good at working. Most of you. at working toward your goal. You have a very good work ethic. Once you set your mind to something, you can create it. But you are exhausted. You are overwhelmed. You are burnt out. And you need some time to reset. For some of you working with moon magic, I'm also seeing working with roses. Could be red roses, could be pink roses, but working with roses. And it's also time to get clear about what it is that you want prioritized. Because you've been doing so much for other people, it's time to prioritize. Treat yourself to a nice walk. For some of you, really do the walking meditation every day for the next week. See where that leads you. See where that takes you. See what else we have with Forager. Seek knowledge from the outside world. Yeah, you're ready to explore. You're ready to break free from the way you've been going about things. Do things in a new way. Try new things. Take a leap of faith. Very interesting. We have the seek knowledge, and you chose the owl, which is all about knowledge. We also have Diana, which is a moon goddess, and we have the owl. For some of you, there's a need to go on an adventure. Try something new. But it's very hard to do that if you're so overwhelmed, if you're spreading yourself thin. Again, speak up. Ask and you shall receive. Some of you, this is also about you asking your angels' guides for help. See what else we have. Crystals with amplification. How do you amplify your voice? Pile number 1. Sorry, pile number 3. I was going to say pile number 1. Maybe some of you need to listen to pile number 1. But pile number 3, how do you amplify your voice? Because we're kind of seeing that energy of the throat chakra throughout this reading. So how can you amplify what it is that you want your voice? For some of you working with clear quartz, which is an amplifier, it amplifies the energy that it's in. Just be careful that you're not amplifying the wrong energy, if you know what I mean. Some of you work with amethyst because that's definitely amethyst, and that's looking like amethyst to me. Some of you are very good when it comes to working with crystals. I personally am not, so I can't give you much on that. But working with crystals for some of you. Some of you could work with, connect to a crystal to connect to your spirit animal. Or you can sleep with a crystal under your bed. Just make sure it's one that's not going to affect your sleep. I know some of them are known to be kind of amplifiers, and they can kind of cause you to not be able to fall asleep. Upper world with future. Yeah, it's time to focus on the future. It's time to make plans for your future. For some of you, doing a journey to the upper world, and in the upper world, it's usually kind of the angels, the guides, angels, deities are sometimes in the upper world, but kind of going up and seeing what you find there. I'm sorry about that, pile number 3. But with the upper world here, also about you getting kind of working with your energy to heighten your vibration. And we do have amplification here with crystals. So for some of you, using crystals that are going to amplify, going to raise the vibration. The astrology wheel is standing out to me, so making sure that you're working with your transits and natal chart, especially if you're familiar with astrology. Look at anything that is transiting right now. For some reason, the moon and Jupiter are standing out to me. So look at any transits around that, or see where your moon and your Jupiter are at in your natal chart. And with the upper world and future, this has to do with purpose. For some of you, you're discovering your purpose, and this animal is here to help you discover this purpose, but you need to kind of release and become aware of everything, you know, that some of the things that are holding you back. And it's that 10 of feathers and that 2 of rocks. Again, bring in more balance. And remember, pile number 3, it's okay to say no. Let's see what blessing this animal is bringing in for you. A blessing to lift sadness. I love it. Because that 10 of feathers is a very sad energy. And we have this amplification in upper world. Again, it's about raising, going up, right? For both of them. So there's definitely a lift of sadness. Look at this. Some of you, it could be the moth. And we do have the giveaway. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you are in the States. But yeah, your animal is helping you with sadness. And that's why the purification is here and the courage is here. And also the unicorn, about you connecting to magic, to imagination, to possibility, to hope, to new beginnings, to understanding that there could and will be a new beginning for you, and to passion, enthusiasm. If you are familiar, definitely do a journey to the upper world and work with crystals that will uplift your energy. I do feel for my pile number 3s, crystals are very healing for you. Amethyst and clear quartz, citrine as well, standing out to me. Tiger's eye. Jasper also. I'm not sure what Jasper's for, but that came in. All right, pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for the necklace. Let me know what you'd like to see next on the channel. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.